So welcome to Excel Basics. Here we are going to learn how to use MS Excel as one of a productivity application software, which helps you deal with worksheets and also allows you to analyze data. So under Excel, you must be able to correctly understand what a worksheet is, a formula bar, scroll bar, status bar, cell pointer, and many other parts that are there. So you should learn how to customize your Excel, how to work with your workbook, how to modify a worksheet. So what is MS Excel? It is one of the softwares from the productivity software group, which is a full-featured spreadsheet program that allows you to create spreadsheet much like paper ledgers that can help you perform automatic calculations under Excel. So this spreadsheet electronic document will store various kinds of data in vertical columns and horizontal rows. And a cell is where your column or row intersect. It's called a cell. So a cell can contain data that can be used in calculations in the spreadsheet. So a cell in the Excel sheet is very important. So looking at this, we have the following elements. So here, this is the name box where you put to give you the name of the document you are considering. And this column here is called the select all button. So when you click it, it selects everything. So the column comes from above, the row comes from the horizontal axis. So together they meet in this point, which is called a cell. So we start by reading column by row. So this is E9 because the column is letter E and the row is 9. So an active cell is where you put the cursor and it is blinking. So inside this active cell is what we call a fill handle. It's a small box. Down there we have the worksheet where we're going to have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So down there we can also have the following. We have the home button, which has the following elements. It has the clipboard, the fonts, the alignment, the number, the styles, the cells, and editing. So this is how Excel looks like. So are we together so far?
Yes, sir.
We're moving together, all right. So a quick, can you remember?
Okay, I'm a bit behind.
Okay, where exactly?
Just when you started Excel, it had logged me out. The network is bad.
Oh, okay. So we're just
Yes,
discussing
just when you started.
Excel looks something like this. Okay. So it has the home button, which has the following features here. Now, before going through the home button, we identify that it has these cardinal elements that you need to know that are important for exam purposes. So the name of your file is found here. So this file is called M20. This box in the far end here is called the select all. So when you click this button here, it highlights everything, as you can see. So when I click here, it highlights everything. Then when you press this button here, it's called a cell. A cell, this is A35. So when you press A35, it will name it here. So when you put here, it's A41. So this is A41. It gives you the name of the cell that you have. So we also defined this column here, which is a function bar. It gives you the formula that is active. And where the cell is clicking, we call that the active cell. So if you go here, it's the active cell where the box is, that is the active cell. All right. If there's any formula, I'd have given you a formula there. So this is 70, 63, 78. All right. Then we have the worksheets that are down there that show you what you're working with. This worksheet 1, 2, 3, as many as you have there. Then we have the ribbon. When we go to our home button, we have under home, we have the clipboard, the font, the alignment, the number, the stars, and the cells, and editing. Then next we have insert, which has insert tables, illustrations, charts, links, and text. The next we have the page layout, which has themes, setup, scale to fit, and arrange. The formulas, which have all that. So we'll explain them later on. So we also have a quick access tool, which allows you to customize the toolbar to contain the commands that you want to have. So the quick access also helps you change the location. The quick access. So to change the location of the quick access toolbar, you can click the arrow at the end and click the below ribbon. So when we're going here, we have, besides all this here, at the end here, this is our ribbon display. It will give you the functions that you want to show. You close there. We have this arrow here. All right. Then we also have add items. So we can add items to the quick access toolbar on the right by selecting them from the office button, or you can even download them. Then we also have the popular button, which is there to help you personalize your work environment with the mini toolbar, color theme, and default options for new workbooks. So it can also help you customize and fill the sequences and also the username. So the formulas are there. And maybe at this point, we can try to see some of the questions that came under Excel. So let's go to a past paper and identify a few questions under MS Excel 2016. So we are told that below is MS 2016, and we're being asked to identify any 5 of the label diagrams. So can you tell me any 5 that you're able to identify here?
Yes.
Yes, identify. What are you able to identify there? Yes.
E,
E,
the page layout there.
page layout.
Okay. D.
D,
What's the font color?
the font color,
Yes. Then there's C.
Let's
See. Is that a name box?
see the name box.
Okay.
That's not the exact term. Can you?
Okay. Let's see what
And B, what is B?
Oh, B, that's a name box.
Not a cell.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a cell. Oh, it's highlighted, eh? Oh, yeah, that's a cell.
The active cell,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. It's an active cell. Let's see.
Natasha, also, what can you identify?
There's also H. That's a formula bar.
Yes, the formula bar. Yes, what else? Natasha, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, we're identifying the places, from what we're identifying these from what we had. Let me go back to what we need to know these places, these things, right? So there's function bar, there's the name column, there's a cell, there's an active cell, the fill handle, that's a small box there. Okay. And the other parts, at least I was able to identify them. Even if I didn't discuss, at least from your own knowledge. Okay, so there's a color fill. So even if you were to go to MS, it will still define them. So this one is what? The font color. Okay. And this you can insert a function. So this is a function bar, and this is a cell. Okay, what else was being asked? Okay, we had the number. This is where we put our font at, our font style. This is our font size. Okay, and this is where we increase the font size or reduce the font size. All right. So every part of this is very important for exam purposes. So let's go to the applications. When you're running Windows 10, and state the shortcuts that are above there. Control B, Control N, X, P, and Z. What do these shortcuts entail?
Control B is to bold.
Yes, Control B is to make bold. Control N.
New page.
A new page, yes. Control X.
That's paste, yeah?
Cut.
To cut,
Or
yes.
cut. So yeah, correct.
Control P.
Print.
To print, correct? Control Z.
Control.
Mm-mm.
Control what?
Control Z.
Control Z.
Mm-hmm.
It's undo.
Yes, to undo. That's the opposite for Control Z. What is the opposite to the opposite of Control Z?
Is that what's that?
Okay. So let's look at question carrying about 4 marks here. What is
So, sorry, I didn't get you. What's the opposite of Control Z?
yeah, I asked you so that you can tell me.
Oh, okay.
The opposite of Control plus Z. Control Y. Control Z is to undo. Control Y is to redo. All right.
Oh, it's Control Y.
So if you're on a word space, for instance, you have www, then you say Control Z, it will remove them. And Control Y, it will bring them back. You see? Are we together? So
Yes.
also, what is the significance of conditional formatting in Excel? So conditional formatting in Excel, what is conditional formatting? Just to explain it for you. Conditional formatting is simply a powerful tool that allows the users to apply formatting to cells or ranges based on some specific conditions or criteria. So conditional formatting enhances your visual representation of data by highlighting important information in patterns, trends, or making it clear to interpret and analyze. The significance of conditional formatting can be summarized as follows. Number one, for data visualization. So conditional formatting helps users to visually identify and emphasize specific data point areas. For data analysis, so conditional formatting can also be used to highlight cells that meet a certain criteria, such as the values above or below a certain criteria. You can give an instruction to Excel. It also gives you alerts and notifications. When formatting, it will serve you as a means of providing alerts based on certain criteria. So conditional formatting also helps ensure formatting flexibility. It provides a range of formatting options for conditional formatting. So that is what for conditional formatting is all about. Okay. So I'm just basically interested in what we've just looked at today. State any 3 fields in MS, basic fields in MS Excel. What are any basic fields in MS Excel that we looked at? So
The question again?
the question reads, mention any 3 basic fields in MS Excel. Okay. Question number G. State any 3 basic fields of application in MS Excel. So the following are some of the basic fields in MS Excel that you must be privy to. Number one, document creation and editing. So MS Excel is used for creating, editing, and formatting different types of documents, such as letters, reports, memos, like I gave in the preamble. So it's also used for publishing. MS Excel is the basic tool that we use for publishing tasks such as flyers, brochures, promotional newsletters, like I mentioned. So it's also used to collaborate and review. MS Excel can work simultaneously. It's able to track changes, comments, control, edit, check if the spellings are okay. All right. That is another use of MS Excel. All right. Another question that may come from what we looked at: how do you know which cell is active? How do you know which cell is active? So in Excel, you're able to tell which cell is active. How? So we're able to tell the active cell in Excel, indicated by the dark border line. So we call that the active cell. So the active cell is currently selected where data entry or manipulation actions have taken place. So when you navigate to the worksheet using the arrows by clicking on different cells, the active arrow changes accordingly. You can identify the active cell by observing the thick border surrounding it. So what is that thick border surrounding it called? We call it fill handle. All right.
Oh.
So there is the active border, then there's a fill handle there. So this is the active cell. So we're able to tell that this is there's a thick dark border, and currently when you select the actions, you navigate around using that by clicking the active cell accordingly, identify by observing this thick border surrounding her, which is a handle. Okay, so this is the fill handle. Let's go to some other questions. What is the extension of an MS file? What is the extension of an MS file? Okay, we did this yesterday. We looked at several extensions. We looked at extension for PDF, JPEG. So the extension for MS is typically .docs. For the newer version, the extension which may be created by the MF format. So this others can write .doc or docs. Okay. We mentioned this yesterday. What other extensions do you know of? What other extensions do you know of?
Those are common ones.
The common ones, yes?
The ones that we just mentioned, the docs.
We talked about 12 yesterday. What is the extension for Microsoft Excel? Okay, so just to help you, we have a number of extensions. So for Excel, the XLX, PowerPoint.pptx, PDF.pdf, JPEG, which is a joint photographic expert group file. We have .jpg or .jpeg, portable network graphics.png, the MP3, .mp3, MP4.mp4 zip files, which is for formatting multiple zipped files that I know .zip. And if you're using a plain text file .txt, you're using a hypertext markup language file .html. Remember this, huh? So these are some that we had explained last time. Are we together? Okay. So what is question 3? You have conducted a research about producing a report on the findings in Microsoft Word. What is the name of the area where you type the content on a Word document? What do you call that area? What is the name of the area you find different tools used in Word? What is the shortcut for a new blank page? So I think we discussed all these. Okay. Which ones do you want to start with? Yes. Yes, please. So who wants to try? We're working with it. Can you read the question? Let's go through what we've explained so far.
And the same question 3.
So the same question 3. So you've conducted some research and about to produce a report. So what is the name of the area where you type the content of your work? It's called the document body, or simply the body. And what is the name of the area where you find different tools used in Word? Those are called the ribbon. The ribbon, we have the home, we have the page layout, the references. That is called the what? The ribbon. Okay, I've shown you that part there. What is the shortcut for a new document?
Control N.
Control N, correct. What is how do you find a word in a document, the shortcut? Control F. It's a find document.
Yeah, fine. Oh, yeah.
And how do you align to the center? So I'm trying to be as careful as can be because I know you use this on a daily basis, but the reason why I was taking you through was basically to start with what you know to what you don't know. So this is called the ribbon, right? But we have all these, it's called a ribbon. So for instance, I'm looking for the word network and I can't find it. So I'll do control what? F. So I have a find. It will help me find. It's called the navigation, the find button. All right. So I'll find. So check what you're looking for. Control F. Trying to start a new document. Control N. Okay. So if I want to align them in the middle, highlight. Okay. So you go to home. So this is called alignment. You can align to the left. Okay, middle, left, right, or center. This is alignment. All right. So so which is a shortcut to align the center? So even when you go here on the Word doc, you can simply, it will give you center E, align the center about to the left, Control R to the right, Control L to the left. All right, then if you want to justify it should be equal evenly, Control J. You can see this. Are you able to see? All right. So align to the center is what? How do we align to the center? Control E. Okay. Then we are told which ribbon tab. So it has given you the answer, the name of the area you find that it's called a ribbon. Now, which ribbon tab should one use to insert citation and references in MS Word? Which ribbon? It's a reference tab. I showed you this. Say when you're going into this, go into the reference. Under the reference, you're going to find what? The table of contents, the reference tabs. You can see all these references there. So I was jokingly going through these just to see whether you're paying attention with what you already know. So any question can come hovering around that. See? Then in MS Word, what does the term portrait mean? Portrait means what? It's an orientation which refers to a vertical height. The opposite of portrait is what? The opposite of
Portrait.
portrait is what?
For the portrait. Landscape.
Yes, landscape, correct. Landscape. So when you go into this, so you have an orientation. When you go to the home, there's page layout, which gives you two orientations. The portrait gives you this landscape arrangement. So when you want to landscape it, it will look broader like this. So these are the two orientations that you need to subscribe to. Are you together?
Yes.
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 All right. Then what is the shortcut for print? This one, you know it.
Yes, we mentioned it actually.
You mentioned it. Control what?
Control P.
P. What is used to segment the document to different page numbering formats? We are segmenting into different numbering formats. So when we want to, we will select the page breaking. So I'm very familiar with this because I'm predominantly into research. So some of the things I'm preview to them. So look, this is page 4. This is page what? 5. So if I want to start page 1 here, so most of you have challenges when you're doing your cover page and you don't want it to start. So what you do is you go to and put your cursor there. Are you seeing what I'm doing, right? Then you go to layout and page breaking there. Are you seeing? Then you can go to next page. So you have broken these two pages here. Now, instead of this one starting from page 7, you would choose to format it by going to insert and under the page numbers here. You can now start it. You can format it here to start from page 1. So you can start at page 1 there. So what you have actually done here, after ending from page 6, this page will start at page 1. All right. So this answers your question to say which segment is used to different page formats. We use what? We call it what? Page or selection of breaks. So selection of breaks will allow you to have different page numbering styles and headers and footers. So to redo, to negate what I've just done, to correct what I've done, what shortcut can I use to undo what I've done?
Control Z.
Control Z. So Control Z. Z. Are we yet at the same? Good. Then to redo what I've done,
Control Y.
Control Y.
Control Y.
Excellent. Right. So state any two ways in which you could search for a document on a computer. Any two ways in which you could search for a document on a computer. Number one,
Control F.
Control F, correct. Number two, you can use the search function on the operating system. That Windows box there, just start button and you search, right? Yeah. Are we together? Or you navigate into the folder directory where it was saved and you look for the scanning list, the recent ones. Remember where we went? Went to look for a document. Okay, you can go here, except that this one already had the recent, so you can find a document there. You can see that, right?
Yes.
And the recent. Okay. I'm glad we are following this. Very insightful, I hope. Then what feature in MS Word indicates the number of pages and words? What feature in MS indicates the number of words, letters? It's called the status bar. So when you go into your document here, you're able to check the number of words here. So this is called the status bar. The pages and the, so this is called the status what? The status bar. Are we together? It shows you the number of pages. Yeah. So state any two reasons for conducting a presentation. What are the two reasons for conducting a presentation? Number one, to communicate information effectively. You can use PowerPoint. So presentations will compress complex or detailed information into a concise, visual, appealing manner. Number two, a presentation will engage and persuade the audience. So using presentations, it will be a powerful tool to persuade people. Or you're promoting a product, you use a presentation to convince your audience of a particular topic or proposal. No wonder you're being asked to defend your particular report. Are we together? So all these are there in the pamphlet. Please make use of that pamphlet because it is a worthwhile buy. I've invested my time to reduce a lot of jargons that are there. Okay. So question number 4, Excel is an application used by organizations. Explain the term data validation and why is it important. So we've been given figures in there. There's status there. You're being asked to state the formula, which is used to display E2, E5. E2 is this one, E2, E5, and what? E5, E2, E5. All right. Okay, so the solutions are here. Data validation refers to the process of applying rules of restrictions to data entered into cells in Excel. It ensures that data entered meets specific criteria or conditions. Data validation is important. It helps maintain high integrity, accuracy, consistency, and also prevents users from entering invalid or incorrect data. Okay. So I think I'll end here for now, unless there are any questions at this point.